have written on their machines Tupac Shakur's life was brutally cut short in 1996, and she was bandaged and everything. While the shooter's name is established, there is speculation that there is more to the story. The Las Vegas Police Department recently executed a search warrant relating to this long unsolved case, reigniting interest and hope for justice. But for one person, this development is cause for concern. P. Diddy Diddy has long been a prominent figure in this case, with suspicions circulating that he hired a hitman to assassinate Tupac. Meanwhile, we're learning more about the Tupac Shakur murder probe. ABC News is discovering more about the subject of this week's police investigation. I didn't think there would be any more steps taken in this case because it's 27 years old. All we know is that he claims to know who shot Tupac and that he stated in the documentary that it came from the back seat. Despite his alibi, the police have discovered new evidence that could potentially link him to the crime. Among the evidence are an iPhone and multiple laptop computers. A Vibe magazine featuring images of Assata Shakur and bullets that may have been used in the fatal shot. Diddy has consistently denied these allegations, blaming them on envy and attempts to smear his name. There has been negative propaganda put out about me that is not true, he says, adding that the issue is currently being heard by a grand jury in Las Vegas. The court of public opinion has already rendered its verdict, with many believing that Diddy was involved in the crime. Retired LAPD officer Greg Kading has been vocal in his belief that Diddy was involved in the crime. Tupac was supposed to perform at the club that night in a dark SS. Impala pulls up alongside Biggie and shoots him several times, and he dies on the way to the hospital. So there's blood on the ground, and then an unexpected thing happens. They had to resurrect the case and have us take a new look at it and see if we've missed anything in his documentary. Kading directly accused Diddy of planning Tupac's fatal shooting, claiming that Diddy paid $1 million to eliminate his rival. A claim that Diddy has the case is now in the hands of the authorities, and the industry is watching closely. Interestingly, this isn't the first time Diddy has faced similar charges. In 2008, he declared a report suggesting he was responsible for Tupac Shakur's 1994 shooting absolutely false and a fraud. The charges in the documentary Murder Rap were stated to be based on FBI documents, witness reports, and other unknown sources, according to the Los Angeles Times website. After Biggie Small's mother had his murder case reopened in 2006, LAPD investigator Greg Kading discovered new evidence linking Diddy to the tragedy. This documentary fueled the controversy surrounding Diddy's involvement in Tupac's death. So what do you think? Did he manage to evade these accusations as he has in the past, or is the evidence against him too solid this time? At the end of the day, you see and you know what it is. You know the track record on the business acumen. You'll know the community service. I don't care if it's difficult to believe, because the proof is this. In his song Kill Shot, Eminem claimed that Diddy was responsible for ordering Tupac's death, which he later denied. However, given Eminem's admiration for Tupac and his influence on his music, this claim added another layer to the controversy. A Reddit discussion suggests that Diddy paid a person named Zip to give money to Keith D, who is believed to be involved. Zip supposedly took off with the money from Tupac's murder, and Keith D never received payment for the claimed hit. But who exactly is Keith D? He was born on June 14, 1963, as Dwayne Keith Davis. Keith D is a well-known member of the South Side Compton Crips gang from California, and he was a boyhood buddy of famed NWA frontman Eazy-E. Keith D has been charged with Tupac Shakur's murder, with allegations claiming direct involvement. Keith D, now 60, was the target of a recent search warrant served by Las Vegas police. The police searched for potential evidence, including electronic storage devices, that could shed light on his alleged involvement in the murder. Keith D is also the uncle of Orlando Anderson, the #1 suspect in Tupac's murder case. Keith D claimed in a Netflix documentary that he was in the car in Las Vegas when a fellow passenger shot Tupac. If true, this puts him at the scene of the crime, escalating the issue. The story concerning Zip, if Zip did really steal the money intended for Keith D, it raises questions about the reasons and connections inside this sophisticated web of relationships before we dig further into the debate. It is critical to comprehend another major figure in this story. Marion Hugh Suge Knight Jr. was born in 1965 on April 19th. Suge Knight is an American record executive who co-founded Death Row Records. He was a key factor in the financial success of gangster rap in the 1990s, releasing Dr. Dre's The Chronic in 1992 and Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style in 1993. Shoot Tonight's music business reputation is not without controversy. In 2018, he was sentenced to 28 years in jail for the killing of a man after a hit-and-run incident on the set of the film Straight Outta Compton. Tupac, Shakur, and Diddy's feud, also known as the East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry, was a major part of the hip-hop scene in the 1990s. This feud was not only between the two artists, but also extended to their respective record labels, Death Row Records and Bad Boy Records. The rivalry began in 1994 with a disagreement over the shooting of Tupac Shakur. Tupac accused Diddy and his protege of a crime. The notorious Big was accused of having previous knowledge of the attack. This charge created a hatred that would last until Tupac's death in 1996. Dissension, public insults, and sometimes violent altercations marked the feud. Tupac's Hit 'Em Up is one of the most well-known diss recordings of all time, in which he claims to have had an affair with Faith Evans, the notorious Big's wife, and threatens to kill Diddy and Biggie. Diddy and Biggie both rejected the allegations, and the conflict heated up. The media-fueled rivalry between the two coasts created a dangerous environment that many believe led to the murders of Tupac and Biggie. In an interview, he stated, "We two individual people, we raised a coastal beef. You know what I'm saying, one man against one man made a whole West Coast, ate a whole East Coast, and vice versa, you know I'm saying. And that really broke me out like, yo, I gotta be the one to flip it. And take my Suge Knight, offered to pay Tupac Shakur's $3 million bail if he signed with Death Row Records." This move resulted in a collaboration that would transform the landscape of the rap industry and ultimately end in tragedy.